Coach, how are you today?
Blake, good to have you back, man. How are you? Where have you been, man? Missed you.
Oh, I was out exercising yesterday. I didn't get back in time. I was on the post game one though.
Yeah, I need to do that too.
Yeah. I guess first about yesterday's game.
Go ahead. You're good. Just go through.
About yesterday's game, we saw the celebration on social media after for assistant coach John Bennett. How big a moment was that for you guys, and what can you tell us about JB's impact for you guys so far?
Listen, JB's a hard worker, good young coach, and it was so neat that our players thought of honoring him that way. He worked extremely hard, and I think one thing about players, they know who can help him and who cannot. I think they are beginning to recognize that despite the fact that JB is young, he can certainly help them. It was a great moment for him and for all of us.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thanks, Blake.
To Andrew next.
Morning, Coach.
Morning,
you mentioned after the last game you weren't worried about Nick Stauskas' shot. He's one of the best shooters. He's going to find himself. And over your years as an assistant coach, I was trying to see if you had coached any shooting specialists. The closest I could find was Danilo Gallinari. And so you got Nick Stauskas and Matt Mooney both kind of struggling to find their strokes. But for guys who don't need that sort of technical support, what role does a coach play in having them get their shot go back to where it needs to be?
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. That's what I can tell you, Andrew. Unless there's something, if you pay attention and they're missing a certain way. Maybe everything is short, or maybe everything is to the left or to the right. But unless it's that, just leave them alone. They have a way. These guys have been doing it for years. They've done it their whole life. Just leave them alone. And what I do is just tell them I believe in them, and then I find other areas to praise them.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck today.
Thanks, Andrew.
To Jason next.
Morning, Coach.
Good morning, Jason.
Third of the way through this, how are you doing? How are the guys doing, just generally speaking? You have 2 days off coming up. Is there a feeling that, if you can get a win today, you're in a pretty good spot? And just generally speaking, as a team, you guys are in a good spot mentally?
Jason, thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I'm doing well. I think the boys are doing well also. I really loved our chatter yesterday. And today's another good test, Jason. I think we get this one. We're feeling really good about ourselves. It's an important game, actually, for us. And then, we get 2 days off. Not playing, and just time to recoup, look at some stuff, dissect some things. So I think we are trending up. I don't want to speak too soon, but at least that's the feeling I'm getting.
Is it a bit of a trap game with, team struggling a little bit, and then obviously with a couple of days off coming up?
If you make it, if you let it be. I spoke yesterday, my approach is the same. It's hard, it's direct, it's with truth. We go and do better than we did yesterday, and play with the same intensity, with the same intent, on both ends of the court.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Jason.
Amy, go ahead.
Morning, Coach. Great to see
Hi,
you.
Amy. Good to see you.
Yeah, really quickly, Malcolm Miller. Obviously, you would know Malcolm with the Toronto Raptors. And just if you could share a little bit about your relationship with him and where you think he's doing on the court right now.
Malcolm is my guy. I love the kid. I think I've had him for about, 3 years now. Very smart, good. And I actually connected with some of his family members that are helping the Raptors with some things. I don't think he's playing tonight. But other than that, man, and the beauty of the bubble, we ran. I saw him a couple of times, and we got to talk, and we got to share a little bit how things are going for him. I actually love him, and I'm happy to see him land somewhere.
Yeah, just one more. Now that we're a week into the season, again, a 15-game regular season, as a coach, do you find yourself putting more weight into one game as opposed to, an 82 regular season game?
There's definitely an intensity about each game. You don't have time to waste and throw away games, right? And then that urgency I spoke about early on, I try to keep it constant with these guys. It probably gets old for them to hear, but that's the mentality and the mindset. Every game is important.